Welcome to myrawmom.com. My name is Jordan Kaufman. I'm founder and CEO of ZymeDelight.com, which combines superfood nutrition with irresistible taste. But today, this is my raw mom. Today we're starting her first day of raw food with superfood nutrition being at the center. And my mother has several health problems that we're hoping will be alleviated by 30 to 90 days of transition into the raw food, raw vegan diet. So Mom, have you ever done the raw food diet before?
Never.
Okay, so what we're going to start on this series, we're going to start by first analyzing all the, seeing all the medications that she's on, and then we'll report each week on the reduced dosage. So what do we have going on here?
Well, since 1999, I've been type 2 diabetic. And the one most important one of all is I take 2 glipsides, 10 milligrams each a day. And that has helped with my vision because I did at one time lose vision out of my eye.
Due to the diabetic condition?
Because of the diabetic
Right.
condition. I also take 1,000 milligrams of metformin, which is a little hard on me. It's a little hard on the stomach. Sometimes I cut it in half.
And what's this for?
That's for type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
I also take, I don't know how to say that.
Hydrochlora, if you can't pronounce it, don't take it.
It really is a water pill, and that helps with my high blood pressure, which runs around 180 over 90, sometimes over 100, maybe a little higher. I have been hospitalized for that. This is also for my blood pressure. It's, how do you pronounce it?
This is lisinopril.
Yeah, I take this, I take 2 20 milligrams twice a day. I take that, and this I take because I have a sciatic problem, so this is for the pain in my back.
Okay, go ahead. All right, so what are you testing right now?
I'm testing my blood because I'm diabetic, and normal is 90 to 110, which I never, ever have. So I try to keep it under 200, which the doctor isn't happy about, but we'll see what it is now. At times it goes over that.
And how often do you have to test yourself a day?
I do it at least 3 times a day. The reason for that is you want to know, sometimes I feel a little dizzy, so I know sometimes on a rare occasion my blood pressure will drop. So let's see what it is now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, then the bad news comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 390.
Okay. And what was normal range again?
That is extremely high, even for me. Normal is 90 to 120, okay. But I tend to keep it under 200. But 390 is, even for me, exceptionally high.
Okay, great. And part of the reason we did this is because anyone planning to transition to a raw vegan diet is definitely going to want to keep a close look on their blood if they are type 2 diabetic. What's the next test we're going to do?
Okay, the next test we're going to do,
it's going to be for blood pressure?
I'm going to take my blood pressure, and that's what I take 3 medications for, to keep that under control. I was once hospitalized with 250 over 140, and they were very nervous about it. Okay, we're testing my blood pressure. It's 147 over 99, which is not good.
Okay. So you've heard us talking a lot about the raw diet, right? And what's the first thing that we kind of talk a lot about is the enzymes, right? You've heard us talk about that.
Sure.
And that is an important part, but there are other things. See, the enzymes help you digest the food, help you assimilate into your body. They also perform lots of important functions, one of which is breaking down protein into amino acids that your body can use, because your body can't really use protein. and that's the same with a lot of different things like fats. It has to break it down to fatty acids, and enzymes are used for all those functions. But the two things I want to talk about today that maybe people that are even doing raw are not aware of is the two things we want to really focus in on is alkalizing yourself and remineralizing your bones and your body. With regard to alkalinity, most of what everybody eats is acid food, right? So when you take in acid food, your body has to do one of two things because your body doesn't want to be acidic. So to reduce the acidity, your body sometimes holds on to water. It'll retain water, and in order to dilute the acidity of the food you're eating. Another thing it does is it sometimes will join it with fat and store fat because the fat can store acidity, and then that brings your body's acidity down a little bit. So these are ways under stress that your body looks to fix that problem of going too acidic. So all the foods you're going to be eating, for the most part, are going to be more alkaline. So all the superfoods and the greens are all very alkalizing. Some of the fruits are mildly acidic, but that'll bring things into more balance, and you'll start dropping weight. And
are some fruits better than others?
Yes, and we'll go through that on a future episode where we'll have a chart of the different fruits, and we'll see their pHs because it's all science, it's all pH. And so the more you eat alkaline, the better it's going to be for what you're doing. And then as your body dumps its fat, it's going to be getting rid of a lot of acidity. So you may go through what people call a healing crisis, which is where your body is healthy enough so that it can dump all this junk that's stored up. Now, we're going to try to ease you onto it. We're not going to switch you to 100% raw as some of the other documentaries like Supercharge Me or the 30 Days of Raw. So we're not going to do it that drastically because we want to minimize the healing crises for you because your body will heal over time. It doesn't have to be shocked like I was when you remember when I first did the raw.
Sure.
Okay, great. Well, let's get started. We're gonna now we've talked about that, and next week we'll cover the minerals. Okay, on this week of My Raw Mom, we're going to start transitioning her to the raw vegan diet rich in superfoods. And so in this first week, going from a completely cooked diet, the first thing we're going to introduce is a smoothie. Now, a smoothie is regards as separate from being like a green juice. The reason why a smoothie is so good is because it's easy to make, right? You just throw a bunch of stuff in a blender. You can use a normal size blender. You don't need a Vitamix, even though that is my favorite. That's my blender of choice. But any normal blender will work, and you can throw everything in it, blend it up, and you can start going. So for the first week, what we're going to do is we're going to have my raw mom, who's going to be my raw mom. We're going to have her do a superfood smoothie, and that's going to be her step towards raw for that first week. And then we're going to step progressively closer so that we kind of avoid severe healing crises, but you still will feel an immediate benefit after just a few days, if not sooner. So why don't we get started right away? And so why don't you tell us about some of the produce you got us, and then we can talk about some of the superfoods.
Well, I bought kale under your instructions, of course.
So this is very high quality kale too. This is organic, very similar to what goes into our Zyme Delight organic cheesy kale chips that we sell.
Which, by the way, are delicious.
Yes, but warning, they are addictive, and that we sell at ZymeDelight.com. And so this is very high quality kale that we're basically going to rip with our hands and throw it in. And even, like we said, a conventional blender is going to be able to break all this down, as we're going to see shortly. So again, you don't need too much of it because, again, there's going to be a lot of other ingredients that need to go in. Now, what about this next? What do we got here, Mom?
That's spinach. It looked pretty